Hello, everybody. We're coming to you on to discuss
Confirmation
2 and Lesson 18.
Are you talking to me?
Right, which the parent or the leaders, the facilitators, basically went through with their kids. So
Had a dinner and everything.
Right.
So basically, the lesson was about prayer. The four main types of prayer would be, I use the acronym PACT,
Right.
like you make a pact with God, petition, adoration. Contrition, and Thanksgiving.
Right.
So there we go. Petition, of course, is those things that we want to.
We ask for. Give
God,
me that Ferrari.
Yeah. And then adoration, the purest form of prayer, is where we come before God and just
Adore Him.
Yeah, for the greatness
Which we only give to God. We only
greatness that He
adore
has.
Him.
Yeah.
That is the quote unquote worship. You know, worship itself can be used in various ways. Mm-hmm. It's changed its understanding over the centuries to where adoration itself has never changed.
Yeah.
And that's why we use a lot of these dead languages like Latin and Greek. Their words don't change.
And there's a difference between adoration and veneration.
So that's exactly right.
Bring that out too. Then we have contrition, which is where we are sorry for our
Forgiveness.
sins. There's a sign of humility there. And then Thanksgiving, when we thank God for the blessings that we do have, and sometimes even for the sufferings we undergo that can benefit us and others if we have those sufferings offered in a good disposition.
And I use an acronym called ACTS, which is different.
Yeah.
But the same.
Yeah.
Because it's the last one, the S is supplication, which is in essence petition, asking for that new Ferrari or Shelby Cobra. But anyway, go ahead.
So some objectives they had were to learn about God is not the same as getting to know God personally. Both are valuable, and yet we want to focus on getting to know them, God, personally. Another important thing is that God calls us first.
Right.
So, we talk about sometimes some people that are not Christians, and their level of culpability or responsibility for that may be God is calling everyone. And He calls us through the natural universe. He calls us through the outside evidence of the world and creation. We see His divinity and that kind of thing. However, that fullness of revelation, He's calling us for that, but it's up to us to help evangelize those people that do not have the truth.
To show people the understanding of the full revelation through Jesus Christ. We can probably use a man that's, was always been in the South American jungle, who's never actually seen or heard anybody talk about Jesus, but knows that there is a higher or divine power and lives by something that he knows is right.
Where he's pursuing the truth to his degree of knowledge. But it's still up to us. God is calling us, and He's calling the ones that know the most.
To whom much is given, much is expected. And this is the confirmation. This is the thing this is what you're doing in confirmation. You're making that decision that you are going to be that voice box for God. Yeah. That you're going to go and educate the masses.
So, we talk about as Catholics, we have a lot of prayers that are formal, that help us along the road to getting that personal relationship with God. We have the Rosary.
The Our Father, which was taught to us in Scripture and everything else.
There's the Liturgy of the Hours, which the priests and deacons and bishops say, and then they're available for everyone to say. Divine Mercy Chaplet. We've got novenas. We've got all kinds of ways.
Tons of prayers out there. So, and you know what? We have, and the amazing thing is, now that we have technology, it's right at your fingertips. You can go find these things and utilize them as tools.
And then I guess the commitment to prayer can change your life. So when we commit to things in the secular world, we can change our life. I know I need to commit to getting in shape a little more than I have, but when I did do that, I really did. It changed me. And so just same thing with our physical world can be in our spiritual life. If we commit to doing something to help us to know God.
Get into good habits.
Yeah.
I try to get the kids to pray a rosary once a week if they can. If not, just a Hail Mary once a day. And it's real easy. I wanted to kind of segue over into these as I was looking at them. We're talking about contemplate, the types of prayer, contemplation, lectio divina, which is it's kind of a fancy word for reading a scripture different ways. In essence, you take one scripture out of the Bible, you read it, and you just sit there for a minute, contemplate on it. And then you read it again, and then you try to,
put yourself in the position of the characters and the story.
And that was kind of a way that I think St. Ignatius of Loyola utilized in what he called spiritual exercises. When you actually put yourself into the manger at Christ's birth, and you smell the smells, the hay, the stinky animals, or what have you.
It's really a way to slow down,
right?
Yeah. Instead of just blowing through something,
it's actually a real good way of
where
praying.
you know the reading, and sometimes you just blow through it. And this is a way to slow down.
And then meditation. Meditation is simply listening.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just sitting back and listening. Contemplation, I want to say, is a type of prayer that is marked by simple silence in the presence of God. It is often considered the highest stages of prayer because it includes a special closeness to God. So these are, I guess, these are some of the tools and mechanisms that we can utilize. In doing that.
All right.
So, thank you, guys.